Hi, it's Michelle from Movement Lesson, and I'm going to do a lesson that you can do if you have a colostomy. Now, obviously it doesn't happen to a lot of people, but when you're eliminating yourself through the abdomen, what I've found with some of my clients, it creates a lot of hip pain. And I believe it's because you're no longer using your back function, so therefore, when I started working with my client, she wanted to, if I said, just bring your awareness back to your tush, she wanted to go this way into the front, and it was, I think, weakening a lot of her muscles. So this lesson is for whatever reason, if you need more clarity in your back end. So, sorry that you have to look at my back end, but life happens. So when you're in this position, you can do this in lying in bed. Well, again, when you're nice and relaxed, it doesn't have to be a fixed position. But just notice, first of all, is if there was a string here in my back, just to bring your awareness to the back side of your back. This lesson is good for even people with special needs, strokes. It doesn't necessarily have to be if you have an issue of the colostomy, but imagine just what's going on with the hip pain. And then just relax. And then what you might want to do is what you're more used to is, again, if there was a string here, but instead of thinking the string is going just straight out this way, imagine if now the whole pelvis was a big circle, so you want the rotation to go this way. And believe it or not, folks, this is stepping on the gas, you know what I mean? We use these functions. Just because I'm laying here, it doesn't mean that this is just for this arrangement. And then again, just relax. So now I want you to just cough. and if you don't have clarity, just put your hand in the front of your abdomen and cough. I mean, if you're a female, you just think of being pregnant if you've gone that route. But now I want you to just, in a sense, push your hand away with the stomach. And this is the key for karate. It's its same function of using your abdomen. It grounds you. It gives you a very purposeful abdomen. Even though I'm on the plump side, it just is that function. And just relax. And now think of the original coming in. And notice if you're more aware with the inside of your back now. And then as your stomach goes out and in and out. Even if you're at the gym and you're doing rowing, all of these, you can do this in your car. Maybe not while you're driving down the road, but you certainly can do it at a stop sign. So just feel again, as your pelvis starts to work like a giant circle. And relax. Again, when I tell you to do these things or ask you to play with them, if you are tired, it causes any kind of discomfort in any way, it's not about no pain, no gain type thing. I don't want you to be where there's any sort of pain. And now I want you to bring that sensation this way. So, stomach in kind of thing through the top of the back, down here, and now belly out, and again. So just keep your sensations here, whereas before we did sort of belly out this way. So see that way versus reverse. And that's a fast way, and you can do little quickies. Both ways, quickies. And just relax. So now I want you to think that there's a string at your tailbone. And if this is difficult at all, put a pillow here or lean against the wall, or something like that so you can just get the sensation. And I just want you to feel as if you were going to sit down on a chair and then come back up again. And again, I'm not doing these giant, grandiose movements. But I want you to see if you can see. Notice my weight transfer. See how my feet, in a sense, or knees go long, as if I was standing up, and as if I was sitting down, my legs sort of retract up. There's a sequencing that goes on here. And now notice it as if like you're a puppy dog and had a tail. So go down with the arched back and see if that's easier. And go down a couple of times where you tuck your bum and see if that's any easier. And this would sort of be like a squat or a jumping. And go back to the original movement and see if that got clearer, easier to do. You might notice that your shoulders are starting to glide separately from your spine. And relax. Again, this is a great movement to do before you go to bed at night. It's very relaxing. It's not about doing it right. It's about having a quality of movement. And now go back to the original movement of just bringing your back back. But now I want you to think, bring the back back and push down into the lower tailbone and then back up again. And just relax. Now this kind of movement you can do from both sides. Doing it from this side and then just play me again and go on the other side and do the same thing. You might notice that it's much easier to do it from here on this side than it is on the other side, or more difficult or whatever reason, but it's about just finding relief. So just try this for a couple of days and see if this really eliminates a lot of the hip pain, or for some constipation. All of these fun subjects that we're talking about gets to, in a sense, worked out better. And just feel how your tush is moving. You might notice that you get into a car much more easily because you can do these kind of movements with your pelvis that maybe you just haven't played with in a while. So enjoy. Thanks.